What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider, and I'm just not understanding what is going on with the gaming industry. So, we all know that the game Suicide Squad was a financial failure, costing Warner Brothers Games millions. They're in the gutter. They basically lost more than it cost to make the game, which is just wild. Anyway, in order to combat that, they've announced that they're launching a women and non binary leadership program so that they can upend the gaming industry's male dominated characterization. So, I'm not understanding this. How does this help your company? It makes no sense to me. Apparently this had an inaugural 6-month run, and they announced that as of May 22nd that they're going to go forward with this thing. And this leadership program engaged 25 women and non-binary leaders from across Warner Brothers Games, 11 global studios, and global publishing and central teams. So, I mean, I don't mind that you are trying to make sure that, like, other people are heard and everything like that. Of course, there are going to be a bunch of people that are going to run with a DEI narrative, and they're going to run with, just they're hiring anybody for any reason. It's kind of hard to defend against that because a lot of people are going to come at this that this is a culture war issue and stuff like that. Uh, you know, it really, to me, it doesn't matter who you put in charge. It matters if you make a decent game. Here's what you need for, like, a decent game, okay? You need good writing, all right? You need a story that makes sense, that's cohesive, that's coherent, that actually means something to the game. If your game is about any subject, pick a subject. Let it be about that subject. Don't let it kind of, go off the deep end into other waters and everything like that. I enjoy my stories to just focus on that story. You could throw in a couple of side stories, a couple of side missions, but man, don't go too crazy with it. Like, that's nuts. Have decent gameplay, have decent graphics, and let it be like a fun ride. Don't guard your story. Don't guard your game into something that it shouldn't even be, which is crazy. So they say, if you're resistant to a program like this, maybe consider it from a position of self-care, which is pretty wild. Because of the people I met and how the program was organized, I found I was feeling better each day. It was self-care to learn something new. Even something as simple as finding out I can access LinkedIn Learning through my company membership helped me grow and find new outlets that are both good for me and help me to feel good. All right, you know what? In the real world, a lot of people don't work to feel good. They work to earn money. If you do work for a company that is a good company and makes you feel good, that's awesome too. But, I mean, is this really what's going to save your company? I didn't play the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And the reason I didn't play it was because I had no interest in it. I had no interest in the story. I had no interest in the characters. I had no interest in the unlockables. It's a looter shooter. If I want a good looter shooter, I go and I play Borderlands. Uh, Maybe it'll surprise me. I've seen gameplay, but it wasn't enough to grab me. I've seen the costumes and everything that you could get. That's not enough to grab me. Again, I need a really good story. I need memorable characters. I need to have fun. It just looked too much to me like a grind. So that's what we need in video games, not grinds, not, hey, maybe if I put this person in charge, they'll take care of the game. We need to focus on what makes the game good. We need to focus on player feedback. All right? If you have a diverse group of people playing the game, and what I mean by diverse is not, you only limit it to like, LGBTQ or minorities or women. You have the whole literal, literal spectrum of people that play games. All right? You let them play the game, you let them test the game, you let them give you your feedback. All right? Obviously, if they say, you know what, this game is woke, I mean, people are going to complain. If people say, this game doesn't have enough, of LGBTQ representation. Again, that's another complaint in the opposite direction. You need to find a happy medium. You need to find a way of making your game so that it's enjoyable by the masses, not just one group or the other group, which is why so many people are arguing over Assassin's Creed Shadows. Again, these people are, first of all, DEI, a lot of people don't understand DEI. They think that you just get the job. They think that, like, we need a new CEO of this company. Oh, you know what? Let's pick this black, gay, cripple guy who, checks off all these boxes. He's also Jewish and, this other thing and this other thing and this other thing. Let's put him in charge of the company. No, it doesn't work that way. That person still needs the credentials. Okay? They are not going to give you a doctor who is just checking boxes and does not have the actual credentials to be a doctor. They are not going to take a plumber and say, hey, you know what? This hospital needs more doctors. Why don't you come in with a lab coat and you could be our new doctor? They're not going to do, you need the credentials. They're not going to lower the standards or anything like that just so that they could hire this person either. So keep that in mind. That's another thing that I keep hearing. That's not how DEI works. Okay? DEI works where, you have this person, they have the credentials, they are clearly the right person for the job, you put them in that position or you hire them for a position. Okay? If they have a white guy who has all the qualifications and a black woman who does not have even a quarter of the qualifications, they are not going to bend the job or their principles to have this other person become whatever position they're hiring for. If that's the case, then you're going to see massive lawsuits. All right? You just have a couple of people dying because you feel that like this doctor who has no credentials should be a doctor. You're going to go out of business quick. Okay, so that's not how DEI works. And I'm glad that these people got their shot. But I don't think that any program like this, like announcing it and everything, is really going to do good for like your company. Do that privately. Do that within your company. So many people are willing to argue and fight and everything like that over nothing. They're dying to hear stuff like this. Just make good games. Announce that you're making a good game. Announce that you're fixing a game. Send out an apology for your game and say, we're going to do better. We're going to fix this. We're going to make it right. Here's some free content. Don't go crazy. Don't, go broke. Don't refund everybody. Fix the game. Give them some extra content. Things like this, I feel like they do for applause. Like when I give to a charity, I don't post it on Instagram and everything because that's not the point of giving to a charity. The point of giving to a charity is so that I personally feel good because I knew that I did something right, that I'm living my life well, that I understand I'm fortunate, and I want to make sure that someone who is unfortunate or less fortunate has opportunity, or that this donation goes to helping that person. I'm not going to brag about it. That's another thing that we got to stop doing. We got to stop doing this whole, well, hey, look, I did this. Just make good games. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this? I know a lot of people are immediately going to say, you know what, DEI, this is ridiculous. I can't believe they're doing this. Women in non-binary leadership program to upend the gaming industry's male-dominant characterization. It's going to see a lot of flack, a lot of negative feedback. I've already seen Grums of Stellar Blade fame, who wanted to free Stellar Blade, is already all over this like a fat kid on a cupcake. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.